Hello everyone, welcome to Fast Track on Herald Global. I am Saimik Sen. Joining us today, Mr. Nimish Makvana, a senior finance professional based in Dubai, boasts over 2 decades of expertise in auditing, strategic financial planning, and fostering UAE-India economic ties. First of all, thank you so much for taking out this time for us. Welcome to Herald Global.
Yeah.
So let me
Hello.
begin by asking you, what got you into
Yeah.
accounting and finance?
So basically, I'm a chartered accountant. I did my chartered accountancy from India, and I moved to UAE in 2002, and I joined the firm. Currently, the name is
Yes.
Crowe. We call it as a Crowe UAE. It's a global firm. We are the eighth largest firm in the global ranking. And currently, my role is a senior partner and management team member. I am associated with the firm for last 22 years in UAE. The day I came to UAE and joined the firm.
Okay.
And I did my chartered accountancy from England and Wales too during the COVID time. I completed that also. So to give the perspective from UK chartered accountancy, I thought let me take it when the time was there, COVID, as you know, there was no much activity and all.
True. Okay, since we're talking about perspective, you have so much of experience from India, okay, then from UK as well. So, if I ask you, how has the accounting industry evolved over the last decade in UAE?
So accounting industry has evolved very significantly. I came way back in 2002, and what I have seen how the accounting field or how the regulations were over here in UAE compared to what is currently. As we all are aware that UAE had a tax-free economy.
Yes.
Okay, however, effective from 1st January 2018, first indirect tax was introduced, that was a VAT, value added tax, and effective from 1st June 2023 onwards, the UAE corporate tax has been already levied.
Okay.
So it is no longer a tax-free economy, number one. Number two, the regulatory framework is going so robust. This place is no longer what it used to be earlier. And UAE is as we have seen, that UAE, whatever they do best and number one in any kind of initiative they bring in.
True.
So currently they are working towards a strong and robust framework, compliances, and the various laws to make the economy strong, not for the current perspective, but from long-term perspective, to have more and more FDI to flow to the country, which eventually grow the economy and the next generation leaders.
Okay. So, can you elaborate on your role as the honorary director of the UAE chapter of the Institute of Directors India?
So, while handling my professional role with the firm, I serve with various professional bodies also, and currently I am
Sure.
an honorary director of Institute of Directors UAE chapter, which is a part of IOD India. So IOD India basically they play a significant role in terms of bringing the every year Dubai Global Convention, which brings the boardroom etiquettes, governance, and various compliance and the trends, what is happening around the directors, how to strengthen the UAE-India relationship, and various other initiatives. So as we are evolving here with a various regulatory framework and all, so as an honorary director, I try to see that how we can uh, participate in such initiative and to bring the what expertise what we have in India, because India is again a robust country with regulations and framework which is since past many years, and to bring the best practices and to see how we can contribute to the growth of UAE economy.
Okay. So, you're the chairman of the ICI Dubai chapter. So, what are your chief responsibilities?
So I used to be the chairman of ICI Dubai chapter. Actually,
Okay.
uh, this is one of the largest overseas chapter of ICI India.
Okay.
More than 3,500 Indian chartered accountants are member. in this Dubai chapter. Overall, like close to around 9 to 10,000 chartered accountants are residing in UAE. Either they are into practice or they are in industry, they are in government sector, and so on. Being a chairman of the chapter, the most important crucial role is to see that how the guidelines of ICI India has been followed in terms of growing the students in this region, as well as to bring the topics and to bring the latest trend which is useful for the members in terms of CPD program, to work closely with the ministry and being a professional body, how we can play a crucial role in economic growth of the country. We used to work closely with the Indian consulate as well as the Indian embassy and the other government body over here, and to see that how the accounting profession can become a strong in this region, because as we are aware that in India, only the Indian chartered accountant can do the practice and they can sign the audited financial statements. Whereas over here in UAE, it's not like that. Whether you are from Indian chartered accountant or ICAW or ACCA or any other professional bodies, you need to have a basically license as well as the Ministry of Economy approved auditor's license. Then only you can sign any financial statements. So we used to play a significant role in enhancing the importance of the accounting requirement, how the accounting plays a significant role in the growth of the economy, and how the accounting is important for the business houses, and to see how they remain compliant with IFRS and the local laws and regulations.
Okay. Okay. So what are the common?
I'm one of the first founding member of this our ICI Dubai chapter NPIO, which is incorporated in the AFC. So I'm really humbled that I'm one of the first founding member of ICI Dubai NPIO.
Okay. Okay. So what are the common challenges that international business groups face when they come to Dubai or come to UAE? And how do you help them?
So common challenges, as you know, like with digitalization, like all the business houses come with the preparation. It is no longer, I remember that 20 years back or say 15 years back, if any business leaders used to come to say set up a business in UAE or business group is coming to UAE, they wanted to have more and more information from the people or the consultant or the resident over here. However, this is not the case currently with digitalization, and world has become too small. All the informations are available. However, I always guide and convey to the business houses that this is one of the definitely a beautiful place, as well as the place where everyone wants to do the business. And after the introduction of the tax, you will, by paying just 9% taxation, you will remain compliant with the global requirement also. However, one has to ensure that you need to be very careful and you have to ensure that you comply with all the local laws and regulations. You don't adopt any kind of a shortcut, or you don't adopt any kind of a, you can say, shorter route for the short-term benefit, but then eventually in a long term, you have to pay the heavy penalties and all. Else, this is the best place to work in and best place for the business, for the growth of the economy, as well as from the personal business point of view.
Okay, so as an honorary president of the Taxation Society in the UAE, what tax issues are you advocating for?
So let me give some brief on taxation society so you get to know more on it. So we basically adopted the Dubai model.
Okay.
Dubai model is what Dubai is, or rather UAE is welcoming 200 plus nationalities. You come and do the business, grow with the country's growth and prosper over here. Similarly, we thought, let us develop some platform where everyone can get the taxation knowledge. like I am a member of Chartered Accountant ICI, so I have my professional fellow group where I can get to have a various knowledge and the sessions from ICI. I am a part of ICAWA. Similarly, I get the benefit of ICWA, ACCA, and so on. However, there is no body or any other than the government who do the time-to-time sessions. There is no body who regularly conduct the sessions for the professionals as well as the non-professional. As we know, the skill gap is too high in UAE. There was no taxation. So those who are handling, say, accounts or finance functionaries since last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, they are not in touch with the taxation. So we thought that it's very important to create one platform taxation society where conduct the regularly knowledge sharing session, workshop, various cabinet decisions are coming, ministerial decisions are coming, law is already published, explanatory notes has been issued by the ministry. So how we can give this knowledge, experience through various subject matter experts to the taxation society members. And that is how this taxation society was formed. And we are evolving, as you know, that tax is effective just few months ago onwards, 1st June 2023 onwards. However, we plan that as we progress, as this society grows, whatever the issues are there, we address to the authority, we request them to look into the issues and probably guide the business houses on such issues. That is what our future plan.
Okay, if we are talking about perspective in terms of India, the tax that exists in India itself, there's a huge difference when it comes to UAE. So if I ask you, like, if you have to give some suggestion to UAE or to India, okay, UAE for lower taxes, are there any disadvantages? And of course, there are a lot of disadvantages for high taxes in India. So what is your take on that?
So honestly, like India, like almost 22 years I'm away. So I'm not much in touch with Indian taxation. Yes, although I follow the Indian economy because being an Indian, one has to keep a track of our own motherland. However, with respect to UAE, I would say they have come up so smartly that UAE is the only country after Hungary which is having a 9% tax, below 10%. However, with the introduction of the tax 9%, all the business houses are going to remain compliant with it. Number one. Number two, UAE has taken care of the SME sector very well. Reason being that SME is the backbone of the country. Now, with the introduction of the tax 9%, however, exempting the income up to 375,000, that there is no taxation. Plus, over and above, they have brought in various small business relief also. So, in terms of UAE taxation percentage, it is really very attractive, very competitive. Only thing is, business houses has to ensure on the compliance side. They have to ensure they need to follow what has been stated in the compliance, what has been stated in the law in a black and white. Don't try to interpret in your own words and follow the law in a strictly. That is what is the advice. And yes, again, from India point of view, Indian tax system is so robust, and considering the population 1.4 billion, I don't think so. I can give any kind of piece of advice for the Indian tax point of view. Reason being, there are more experts are sitting who look after various aspects, and then they develop the taxation as well as the various slabs of the taxation. However, many reliefs are there in India too. We have seen that many, like recently, I'll just give you example. Gift City is one of the most now preferred destination has become. Like that, various states are there. They are coming up with various offerings for the business.
Okay, so if I ask you, what has been the most challenging part of your career?
Okay, so challenging part of career, I look at life with a ECG report, with always ups and down we can able to see. However, when ups and down is there, it is good because if it is a straight line, you don't exist. and there is no further scope to add value to it. The most important part in my professional career, what I have seen, that one has to stick to the principle is really a bit challenging, because situation arise, many difficulties comes, but one has to change the strategy, but never compromise in the principle. That's the number one. Number two, as we are progressing, one has to ensure that they remain professionally updated and relevant, because into service industry, unless and until you don't able to give the educate guidance to your clients, and you are not able to give the, say, right kind of advice, then you will not remain relevant. So it's very important that what is happening around the globe, world has become too small, and it's not like that focus on only one country, but one has to, any professional has to have a global perspective before they give any advice. And just remain, stick to the basics, never lose your fundamentals, and make sure that when you are progressing in your professional career, never forget your days when you started, and keep gratitude those who have supported you in your this journey.
Okay. Lastly, according to you, what role should professionals play in community social responsibility?
So I would say this community social responsibility is not only the professional, but each and every individual has to play the significant role to ensure that the next generation, they should get the better tomorrow. They should get the adequate natural resources, and they should learn from the current generation the value creation, the ideologies, tolerance, and how we can remain happy and united globally. So I always consider myself as a global citizen, and as a professional, it's very important that those who are, say, underprivileged, or those who don't have enough information with respect to the various social responsibility point of view, or from the climate point of view, then it's very important that we should educate them, we should guide them, and at the same time, we should also first follow, and we should become a role model for our children as well as for the next generation, people around us.
Thank you, Mr. Makvani. It was lovely talking to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.